back to my channel, everyone. Today we are going to do 10 facts about me while we do some glam because we're about to go to a Caribbean day party. So let's get into it. Going in with the Tatcha and then the glow drops. Really excited for this day party because I feel like where I live, they don't really do anything like this. It's like Caribbean vibes. And I never been to like a Caribbean like party at all, so I feel like it's gonna be so fun. Okay, so for starters, number one, I was born in Germany. So yes, I do speak German. My mom is German, originally from Poland, but we also have like family from Germany. She grew up in Germany, and then yeah. Which leads me to my second fact. My dad was military, and that's where he met her, overseas in Germany. I feel like a lot of the times, like when people ask me what am I tell them like Polish, German, American, and they're like, oh, like, do you speak it? I'm like, of course I do. Now, with my Polish, don't quiz me on that. Don't test me because I just know more phrases and words and actual like communication wise, I guess, like communicating with people. But I do understand a lot. I grew up mainly with German language, and Polish was always around because my mom speaks like 3 languages, one of them being Polish. So it's kind of hard when you grow up like with a bunch of languages. Very blessed, okay? Also on top of that, I lived in Italy for some years because my dad was in the military. So like having to balance going to Italian class for like 2 years and then also German and then maybe some Polish in there. Like that's a lot. That's a lot for a kid. But yeah, like growing up in the military, I moved around a lot. Okay, let me give you guys a little timeline. I was born in Germany. I moved to North Carolina. I was there preschool, then moved back to Germany when I was in kindergarten through 2nd grade, moved back to North Carolina again, 3rd grade to half of 5th. Well, not even half because I left like November of the school year. Then I moved to Italy from the rest of 5th grade to 8th grade. So then I moved from Italy 8th grade year, started a new school, which is like perfect because you're like starting like high school in Germany, in the region of Bavaria. If you know, you know. And I was there from 9th grade until the middle, well, again, not the middle, but November time of 10th grade. Then moved to another part in Germany, and then I graduated there. Then I spent after high school there, worked, did online school, traveled, which I loved. Like usually people go straight to college after high school. I literally took a year off. I was working, I was traveling, living my best life. Honestly, wouldn't trade it for the world. My experience may be different from other people out of high school, but this is mine and I'm obsessed with it. I decided to move to the US back in 2021, so it will be 5 years since I've lived here, just to like kind of settle down. And like, you know, my parents are like getting older and like wanting to buy a house now and like all that jazz, but who knows, we'll probably end up back in Europe again soon enough because we just love it there. That's like all of our home. Even my dad being American, like that's even his home. Number 4, fashion has always been my thing, like since I can remember. Like even when I was a little girl, my mom would dress me in the cutest things. Middle school came and then I realized I started to really like be very specific on like what I wanted to wear, like what brands I wanted to buy, and that just became a part of me, like just dressing myself and like wearing just whatever I want. Okay, number 5, I'm also a very big Celtics fan. If that's one thing anyone knows about me, even if you don't know me, is that I love the C's. I know we're not in anymore. Everyone's always like, why are you a Celtics fan if you're not even from there? I was in Boston like last year for my 25th birthday. That was so much fun. I grew up with basketball. My brother played, I played a little bit, and that just has always been a team just growing up. And my brother, he like loved that team growing up, and then I kind of just like hopped on with him. We all just kind of just started liking the Celtics. So that's just a little history and lore about that. It's just always been a part of the family, and that's such an iconic team, so why wouldn't you not like the Celtics? Okay, number 6, I love sushi. Like, if you know, that's like the food I can basically survive off of, eat for the rest of my life. I thought about being a pescatarian, and like, who knows, maybe I'll end up being a pescatarian. I just love fish, like raw fish, mainly raw fish, like sushi. I don't really like cook sushi. In the beginning of my sushi journey, that's the only kind of sushi I would eat, would be like that fried stuff. Refuse to even like eat that. Okay, number 7, I write poetry. Yes, I do. I feel like I don't really tell a lot of people. Like if you know me, you know I do. But it's always been like a thing. I think the first poem I probably wrote was back in like 5th, 6th grade. I think I had to do something like a haiku. And then after that, I just kind of like fell in love with like poetry and just like writing in general. I feel like I have a lot of thoughts, and I feel like that's why I can be misunderstood sometimes, because it's kind of hard for me to explain it. So like writing it for me, it's like it articulates, I feel like, what I'm trying to really get out. It is a very healing thing, and it's fun. The way you could just write about anything and make it into like art, I find that so amazing. My favorite poem is Still I Rise. Poetry is just so beautiful. I haven't wrote anything in like a while. I still have the same book I had since high school of like poems, and it's just so nice to like look back on, because I'm just like, oh, like what was like younger Shantae like thinking about? Because I do write a lot about like how I'm feeling, obviously, and then like what's happening during that time. And I feel like nowadays I don't write as much, just because I feel like I'm just so caught up with everything in life. That is a big decompressing thing for me to do. So like when I'm stressed or feel something heavy, or I feel like I'm just going through something, for some reason I really like to write about not negative things, but like sad stuff, but in a beautiful way. It's like I'm feeling that sad emotion during the time I'm writing it, but I'm trying to make it into something beautiful, because I'm always trying to see the positive in every negative. Okay, number 8. This one, if you've been around Shantae's life for a while, you kind of know. I love to sing. That's everything I've ever wanted to do growing up. Like, you asked me back in like even kindergarten what I wanted to be, and I always said a singer, and I was going to Hollywood. Didn't know exactly what that meant or what that really entailed, but Shantae was going to Hollywood and she was going to be a singer, and then later on like an actress, because that all kind of goes into that, you know, industry. So always been a fan of like the entertainment industry, still want to do it. I don't really sing that much anymore, like mainly just at home or to myself, but it is something that is like, I feel like, so I keep it to myself because it feels so sacred. And I know that sounds crazy, because people are like, you should like sing more for people and like do something about it. And I'm just like a little scared, but this year I've told myself, no, I need to express that more out to the world, because it is a talent. Younger Shantae has always dreamt about, you know, being this crazy superstar. So who knows what will happen. But it's funny because I literally talked to somebody like a few years ago, and they knew me back in like middle school, and was like, you still want to sing? And I'm just like, if there's like one thing you can remember me for, is that I would just talk about how bad I wanted to be a singer, and like blah blah blah, and like Shantae wanted to be, I would just I would make it known. Like back then people knew, like and I still make it known, but I'm just more a little like, because people are gonna try to ask you to sing, and then you get a little nervous, and then you're just like, like. But I have posted some shorts of me singing. Maybe I'll start making more. Number 9, I knit. Yes, it's very random, but I took a knitting class back in like 6th grade, and ever since then, like, just something I like to do. If I'm bored or just feel like I just don't know what to do, I'll freaking knit, and it's fun. It's very therapeutic too. I definitely would recommend learning. I want to learn how to crochet, so hopefully I can get that down as well. And maybe after that, like sewing, to start like doing my own pieces of clothing, which I've thought about. There's just so many things Shantae wants to do. Very all over the place, but hey, that's me, and not one track gal. We gotta be versatile over here, okay? The funny thing is I never actually finish my knitting projects. I'll start it maybe for like a week or two, and then I just stop. But it's just something that's there that I like to do when I feel like doing it. If you wanna learn how to knit, hit your girl up. Okay, so last fact, I played soccer and did cheer like all my life growing up. Soccer was actually like my first sport, and then cheer and like dance and all that came in later. So I'm pretty flexible still to this day, and I'll take pride in that, because people usually lose that flexibility when they get older. But I said, no, Shantae, we are gonna have that flexibility when we are even like 50 years old, doing the damn splits. If you've seen me on videos, if you see my videos, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But I love soccer so much. I probably love soccer more than cheer. Like, I love the dancing aspect of cheer, but I think soccer is just my favorite. Like, I literally dream about playing soccer like in high school, and like just reliving the time that I played high school soccer. Like, if I would have went to a university right after high school and was able to just hop onto a team, I definitely probably would. I think about it all the time. I'm like, I just really want to like go with people and just kick a ball, but it's like weird because nobody really likes to do that, or it's just so random and nobody really does that unless you like played soccer before or have an interest in that sport. But also with the World Cup starting, I'm super excited to see my team play. Of course, Germany. I know they come to Houston like the 12th of June. I would love to see like a live game, but probably not. But it would be so nice, and I feel like the experience would be amazing. I just miss watching like Euro Cup and World Cup overseas in Germany, just because like I was in Germany and everyone was rooting obviously for Germany and throw big parties and just do fun things. And I miss it. Like you can go anywhere in Europe like travel wise during the Euro Cup and like everyone is just having parties and wherever you are. Like it just felt so nice. And here, I feel like in the US, soccer is not that big compared to Europe. So I kind of miss that a little bit. But yeah, love soccer. That concludes my 10 facts about me. Let me know if I should do a part 2 to this, or even if you guys have questions in regards to the facts, put them in the comments below. I would be so happy to answer those with another video. You're able to do anything your heart desires, so just remember that, and the sky's the limit. So just don't forget that. Until next time, I'll see you later. Love you. Bye.